Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you all for joining in for this afternoon. Topic for today's session is 8 things to learn about uLaw. It's almost 20 days into 2023 and 3 weeks, right, almost. And we'd all already taken a couple of sessions with us. And I just thought maybe towards the beginning of the year, I could introduce you all to some new features that uLaw has introduced probably over the past few months. And some of you are aware, some of you are not aware of the feature, some of you know the feature is there, might not know how to use it. So we just thought we'd make a quick presentation, even though it's a non-CPD, it's one of the most interesting topics. Personally, I just feel you are going to be updated with the software. And my team from Client Success Team has been doing this webinar individually to the ones who book us for. We could, so we just thought maybe, we could walk you guys through this in a webinar, and the ones who have more queries with regards to whatever we're going to be discussing today, the 8 new features. And if you need any further assistance, my team here are available on the chat window. You could just put in your request and they can take it from there. All right, perfect. Thank you so much. No, the email shouldn't have said CPD. I'm so sorry if it said, extremely sorry. It's not a CPD topic, guys. I apologize. But like I said, it is one of the most important topics for you all to know, if you're a uLaw user at least. I'll keep it nice and short. We have more questions coming in. Thank you for letting us know, Nidhi. I'll take a look at the email, but the website very clearly says it's just a new topic. It's not a CPD, okay? Thank you. All right, so from what we're going to be discussing today, there are 8 new features, and what are these features? Starting off with as small as Toolbox, Daily Digest. You all might have started receiving these emails that says Daily Digest almost every other day in the morning around 7:30 a.m. into your inbox if you have subscribed for it. So I'm going to be walking you through how you can get these daily reminders, how we can send that to you so that you never miss anything, like you're on top of your meetings, on your schedule for the day. And we are also going to be seeing how you can integrate or sync your Google Calendar with uLaw Calendar. So we are going to be seeing Google Calendar sync. And the 4th one is going to be Apple Watch. We're going to be seeing how you can connect your phone app to the Apple Watch, and how you can kind of get your business going with all those features that's available on the watch as well as that's connected to the app. And the first thing we're going to be seeing today is uLaw Client Portal. A lot of you know that uLaw Client Portal is up and running. It is pretty good. We have been hearing a lot of feedbacks about uLaw Client Portal, where you can integrate or rather you can interact with your clients using the portal that is available in uLaw. Using the client portal that's available in uLaw. You just have to, I'll be walking you through how you can set it up and what are the benefits of using a client portal, right? And how you can save time, and how you can directly have a client interaction, and how it can get all the information swiftly without any errors, because these client portals are some links that are sent to the client and they would directly access it. So the first-time information always gets recorded well. So we're also going to be seeing how uLaw Client Portal is put to best use for your client intake purposes. And the next one, the 6th one we're going to be seeing today is Bank Connect. So we recently partnered with Plaid, and through Plaid, we are able to connect your bank your trust bank, your general bank, your credit card. So we can connect up to 3 banks with the program and take actions, import all your bank statements, and wherever, especially all the expenditures on your general account and credit cards can be, smoothly recorded and imported and recorded. Of course, like take action and import it. That's what we're going to be seeing as part of Bank Connect, how it can eliminate the process with downloading your bank statement, accessing your bank outside online. So instead, when you connect your bank, we're going to be seeing how it works within the program. And the 7th one is speak to the docket. So while you're docketing, there is a separate box that says description. We are going to be seeing how the speech, there's a record button that we've implemented there. We're going to be seeing how the speech gets transformed into text and goes as the description on your invoice or statement or any other document. Precisely, invoice is where we all like to see the description of the event or the docket. And the last thing is biometrics to log into your phone app, like how you can do facial recognition and log in on our iPhone apps, etc. We at uLaw have recently introduced or updated to biometric to log in as well. So we're going to be seeing that included in this webinar. Now, before I proceed further, I just want to reiterate one more time, since I see many of you asking. Today is not a CPD webinar. I apologize if you all have received an email from uLaw misguiding for a CPD. This is not a CPD session, guys, but however, I request at least the ones who've made time and joined in to stay back for a little, at least for 30 minutes, if you can spare some time to know what are the real new things about uLaw. So that, you can go back and implement it for your better practice. And I will definitely take it to my team's notice that there was an email about not being CPD and not CPD today. So once again, it's not a CPD, and I apologize for this confusion. But next week is a CPD, if I'm not wrong. I can walk you all through the website and show you what is the topic for next session towards the end. All right. So jumping into the first of all 8 things, uLaw Toolbox. Now, if you're all using the browser, Google Chrome, you can actually add in uLaw Toolbox on the top of your browser. It acts as any Chrome extension. You can, but it works well with Google because you can also use your Gmail, docketing, etc. So you just have to add in this particular Chrome extension by simply go into Google and type saying uLaw Toolbox for Chrome extension. So because it's Chrome, it is going to be working with Google Chrome. So please make sure to go into your Google, type saying download Chrome extension for uLaw Toolbox, and then the particular icon gets downloaded, which is what you're seeing here, uLaw Toolbox 1.0.8, and you can then add it to your Chrome extension on the top, which will allow you to do so many things. Starting off saying you can access the app directly. You can click on help to take help, like, whether you want to reach out uLaw support, you want to get some videos, you want to know some tutorials, etc. So all of this can be done from the app. And And now besides that, you also have uLaw.io. You can reach out to the website and you can access our links and portal documents, etc. from there. Like, there's several details that you can reach out from uLaw.io. There is our YouTube channel. There is uLaw Docket Launcher. So if you're someone who's using Gmail to communicate with your clients, basically your official email address is Gmail. You can use uLaw Chrome extension. You see uLaw Docket Launcher on the left-hand side. There's a screenshot of how the toolbox looks. And one of the things there is uLaw Docket Launcher. Now, this uLaw docket launcher is nothing but it is going to help you to convert the email that came into your Gmail or that was sent out. So either email read or email sent can be converted into a docket by simply connecting to uLaw docket launcher. And there are some tutorials that you can see here, which we will be adding links towards end of the session. Besides that, you get free CPD reminders, Friday CPD reminders if there are CPDs. So this is why you should have had uLaw Toolbox. I'm sure there shouldn't have been a reminder that says it was a CPD today, unless maybe the email mentioned it, but if you had a toolbox, it would genuinely pop up saying it's a CPD webinar today. You can also register for it. You can look at past CPDs. If you are someone who is not a legal professional yet, but you are a student, you can also have access to our EDU program from the specific icon that says EDU access. Now, regarding Toolbox, it's pretty simple. You just have to, have an account created, which is download the Chrome extension, set it up as an extension to your Google Chrome, and it is used mainly, I would say, for Gmail docketing and also the other things that we just discussed. I'll show you how it looks quickly to show here on my uLaw screen, or sorry, on my Google Chrome browser. So if you all see, I'm using a Google Chrome browser, and on the top, I just have to literally go in. Let's say I type Google and say that uLaw Toolbox for Chrome extension. Just give a little bit information, and you can just go in here, the first one on the top. Literally, mine is already attached to Chrome, but if you want, you'll just say add to Chrome, and it goes in here on the top as Chrome extension. I hope you're all seeing uLaw Toolbox, and this is exactly how you're seeing on the top. There'll be uLaw Toolbox, and you can access every single icon, and the docket launcher. There's going to be a separate webinar on Google docketing, Gmail docketing. So at that time, we would be covering up this. But yes, in a nutshell, uLaw Toolbox can be simply downloaded by going into Google, visiting Chrome Web Store, whatever it is, and then add it as a Chrome, add it as an extension to your Chrome. All right, now back to this. That's the first of the 8 things that we wanted to see today. The second one is going to be Daily Digest. Now, as I already mentioned, Daily Digest is an email, like a synopsis of what you're going to be seeing in your calendar. And it's going to be showcasing you everything apart from your, of course, your, task, dockets, whatever that you have put it under your to-do list today, and it has been configured to your calendar. All that you will send, all that will be sent as an email to you from uLaw at around 7:30 or 8 a.m. And you just have to configure and set up your Daily Digest by going into settings and calendar and allowing these specific Daily Digest emails to be sent to you every morning. So this is just going to be a crux of your calendar, guys. It's just that you're going to have it on top of your items that, all the priorities time-wise is going to be sent to you today. I'll show you how it is being done. The Daily Digest can be accessed from your settings. Go into permission. There will be a space where you can actually subscribe for Daily Digest. Give me 1 second. Oh, sorry. I think it's under the calendar. My bad. Okay, so you will have the Daily Digest that can be entered from here. The last line item under calendar. So go to settings, go to calendar on the top, and the bottom one says daily digest schedule. So how often do you want it? Do you want it from Monday through Friday, or you only want it for a specific days of the week? You have options, so you can work out on the option. If you don't want the daily digest email, it would by default be under none, but I have set it up to Monday to Friday, so I can get the email. In fact, this morning as well, I got with all the details of my calendar, all the events in my calendar that was synchronized to my uLaw account, came into my email ID as a reminder for today's program or for today's schedule. That's what we wanted to show you as part of the, daily digest. So you can make sure you go into settings, you go into calendar, come to the bottom line, and select the days you want to get the daily digest email. And you're going to be good with that. So in settings, you can configure. If you all need any help, Amelia from my team is there to assist you with that. You can put in your name towards end of the session or even now, but let us know what you need exactly help with, and we will give you a call in the due course, probably today or Monday. All right. So besides that, the next one that we wanted to see is Google Calendar. Now, as you all know, that uLaw Calendar can be synchronized with your Google Calendar literally in one click. And in Calendar, you're just going to click there's a main calendar icon on the left-hand side of the uLaw where you see contacts, quick view, there's matters, accounts, everything else. And you're going to be getting the calendar icon on the left-hand side where you can simply click on the sync button whenever you want. And in the background, uLaw is just going to synchronize with your Google Calendar. But you have to authorize the Google Calendar, guys. You have to make sure you're going to be clicking on, okay, let's go to uLaw to see that. First of all, you have to go into settings. You have to go into calendar. Again, I'm in the calendar tab where I used for daily digest. I go to a little bit about where I see sync calendar. You can actually sync your calendar with external calendar like Google. We only integrate with Google Calendar, so you can very clearly see option is either none or Google Calendar. So if the option is going to be Google Calendar, let's say by default it was a none, then you saved it to Google Calendar. When you saved it to Google Calendar, you have to authorize this particular action by going into calendar, by signing in with Google, and you can continue from there. Okay, so I already have signed in with Google for a couple of other services, which is OneDrive and also for the docketing, for my email docketing. So I have now synchronized my calendar. So all three services are done here. And now when I want to sync my calendar specifically, I can just make sure to go and click on the calendar icon here on the left-hand side. And where the same place I signed in, I will now click on sync calendar and it should work. So whatever I have, so you see there was this phone call in red that was from my Google Calendar will come up accordingly. So you will see all those that is there in my Google Calendar getting dropped into uLaw Calendar. Likewise, if you go into matter, for this particular matter, if you have a docket that you're entering saying add to-do list, you can just simply add it as to-do and it goes into your upcoming folder and, or the upcoming event, and it comes into, you can sign in with the Google. Again, it will authorize you and you can sync calendar and it will again show up into your calendar as well as your Google Calendar for the same date, which is 26th of January. Okay, so yes, Google Calendar can be synced. Make sure you take the necessary steps as we discussed now. It is very important. Step one, from the settings, you are approving or you're okaying uLaw to synchronize with Google Calendar. Then you go to the main calendar and sign in, authorize uLaw to sync with Google Calendar. Then you sync the calendar as it is. and then you come back into Matter, and if you're adding any events, you can also sync them individually there. So try it out. I'm sure it will be really helpful for you to have both your calendars synced so that you can just have one calendar instead of looking at multiple calendars. So that's the whole idea of bringing in the sync calendar feature. If you all have any further questions on Google Calendar, please do let us know and we'll be happy to assist you. Taking a quick second to remind you all that thank you for staying back, but today is not a CPD session. Apologize for a little miscommunication here. We will let you know about the upcoming CPD towards the end of the session. All right, so the next one is your Apple Watch. So we have recently brought in uLaw's app on the phone to sync with the Apple Watch, and you can basically watch all the items and scroll, like your contacts, your reports, your finances. Everything can be literally scrolled with about hundreds and hundreds of analytics that is available in there. So if you're an Apple user, uLaw really loves Apple, I think. We really like showing you how the Apple Watch can help you measure your uLaw business or measure your business using uLaw. You just have to make sure to download the app and synchronize it with your current uLaw program and use the watch to look at all the documents that you can. What I would do is I'll just quickly scroll through what we have. I obviously cannot show you my uLaw watch, but this is exactly how you synchronize it. You have to, first of all, face recognize it. There's a tutorial how I can experience uLaw in Apple Watch. I'll have my teammate Amelia or Stephanie to post this from our YouTube. And if you want, you can note down. It's video number 473, and you will all be able to find out this from our YouTube channel. So you just have to go into your uLaw app in your phone, and of course, right now it's also face recognized, so you can synchronize it with uLaw by adding keeping the respective watch beside, and you will find that the apps will show up. There will be uLaw app on your phone, and you just have to, log in from uLaw, and then you will also see that you can see all the reports in there, right from contacts to business to matters, accounts. All the reports can be viewed that you're seeing on your phone app can be seen on your mobile app too, including your referral contacts, etc. So just make sure to sync it with your watch, and the benefits of having it is also, let's say you're going for a walk, you don't want to keep your phone on hand, anyways your watch is in your hand outside, so you can also repurpose it, and you can also speak to your watch and ask the watch to show specific reports. And so this is one of the new features, or at least I would say newest features, and also that it is passcode enabled, so that the security of the data is also available there, and nothing is being compromised. So make sure to have the uLaw app once you sync your Apple Watch and your phone. This is really useful for calendar purposes too. So just try and see this video towards the end, and Stephanie has already posted this Apple Watch video, guys. So try to watch this video and set it up if you're an Apple user. So it'll be really helpful for you all. That was the fourth feature out of the 8. And the next one is Client Portal. So now Client Portal, so I know we've all been very busy trying to juggle between things in the past 2-3 years almost since COVID began, and I don't know how long it's been already, but the pre-COVID, where people used to have more face-to-face communication, has been drastically brought down, I would say, to, as minimum as possible. Offices are still, not working full-fledged. They're still halfway through they're still working from home. There's so many other things. And at this time, uLaw wanted to, kind of help out many legal professionals out there trying to struggle to meet their clients, trying to do a client intake. We said, okay, you know what, let's bring a client portal where, uLaw clients can interact with their clients via this portal. And this is nothing but, you can just use it for intake purposes. I'll tell you some things that you can do, some things you cannot do, which has been, coming back to me as questions every time I introduce this to someone. So point number one, what client portal does is you, first of all, need to allow uLaw, very similar to your Google Calendar sync. You have to allow uLaw to synchronize with client portal. You will have to then give a secret key, like a password for 15, 16-digit character, where you can, save the password for as a common secret key and use that for all clients when you go back to contacts, when you don't have to, worry about intaking yourself. You want to send your client a customizable, client intake form via portal. They get a link, they click on the link, for which you will have to type in your client's email ID, your client's, and then your secret key. The secret key is common that you're entering from the settings. Even though email ID keeps varying, the secret key remains the same. So that's point number one to remember. So there is a secret key that you manage for all the clients. So it's just one secret key that you have to remember or note it down somewhere, and you use the same for sending the link via portal for all the clients. Once it's done, so this is something, the intake form that they receive is something that is very standard, has some details that on a very common basis that people would want to record, like the name, the details, what is the matter information for, how do they reach out to you, like source of contact, etc. So we have tried to bring in as much as details possible into this client intake form via client portal. And only thing is that they cannot attach any documents into that client intake via portal. Of course, they can send you email separately, and you can download it to your drive later and connect it to uLaw. But you at least get an acknowledgement. They receive a link through the portal. Once they submit this particular intake form through the portal, you get an acknowledgement from uLaw saying that you have a new client who's completed the client intake form. Please go into uLaw program and start, creating their matter details, start verifying everything they've filled in and creating their matter information. So at least you are saving close to 5 to 10 minutes trying to enter all the information yourself. And also because, like I said, the main idea is to skip that face-to-face meeting, or at least when you're not able to do it, this acts like a nice, representation from your company's end. So if you are someone who is not using uLaw client portal, I will definitely be, recommending you to take a look at this particular information that is available under settings. Let me quickly walk you through the client portal, which is the first feature that we are discussing today. So for client portal, you have to go into settings. You have to go into contacts, because client portal is something related to your client contacts, right? So you come to the bottommost of this line, you would see that, uLaw client portal, the client portal integration is currently in none. Then you have to switch it to uLaw portal, which allows you to interact with your clients over a safe and secure portal. Once you have agreed to, by clicking on the uLaw portal, you have to, in the following line, there is something called client portal secret key. So here, you're going to give a secret key about, again, if you all see, it's about 15, 16 character length. So it's something that you can, be sure of, that the access is very safe and secure. So please try to keep this password as unique as possible. Now, it so happens that when we try to do this unique password, we could forget it. So try to write it down or note it down somewhere. And, you should, or you're using a password generator, whatever. So, but make sure it's unique. And it's a 15 or 16 digit character. So once you have saved, then if you go into contacts, you can go into client portal, which is right beside add new client. And you can enter your client's email ID here, the secret key, and say that you want to send your client an email and a copy to yourself, and then generate the portal link. So your client's email ID is going to be new or different every time, but the secret key is going to be the same. And see, you can also click on no email, but generate the link and send them an email yourself with other additional details you want to send them, saying that, hey, send me a copy of your driver's license or a photo ID, whatever details you want to, do it. So if you want to copy the link and send them an email from your inbox, from your email box also, you can do that. Or you want to just email the client or email to just yourself and you can forward to them. Or the ideal option would be is to email your client and yourself, so you have a copy and you know if your client has received it, and they can do rest of the work at their end, submit it online, then you will see it here. Okay. Now, there is a separate session for client portal integration as well. So I think there are a few topics together. I will be in detail walking you through how the client receives an email, how you get a copy, how it looks, and etc. Okay. So, but in a nutshell, client portal has to be initiated from settings. You have to give a secret key. You have to say okay to uLaw portal, then give a secret key, then save it, and use it from contacts and client portal. So trust me, this is such a lifesaver. I can see a lot of them using this and saving a lot of time, and also the details are very accurate. There is no way your client could make a mistake of their address or their phone number or their email ID, because they are themselves filling it. It shouldn't technically make a mistake, but yes, at least the accuracy of data is more when they fill it out on their own. So that's about the fifth feature that I wanted to share with you all. Now, the sixth one is one of the most important, is Bank Connect. Now, how does this Bank Connect work? Again, if you're a current uLaw user from how many ever attending this session, and you have not connected your bank yet for a few reasons, I would say please just contact our support or follow these YouTube tutorial links here and kindly set up your bank account with uLaw, because guys, seriously, it saves a lot of time. I'm not joking, okay? So what happens here when you connect the bank? Let me put it out this way. So number one, you don't have to log out of uLaw, or at least you don't have to open a new tab in your Google Chrome or whatever browser you're using to log into your bank online to fetch the bank statement. Because once you connect the uLaw with the bank account, you can very well within uLaw take the bank statement from the program. Now, the second thing, what happens when you connect your bank, like I already said, you can connect up to 3 banks, which is your trust, your general, and your business credit card. You can import the transactions and expenses very easily, literally with one click button. I'm going to show you all, okay? I'm going to show you all after this screen here. That, you can fetch your bank statements for reconciliation purposes. You can import all the transactions and expenses. And you can, most important of all, is don't have to waste your time switching in between the bank account and uLaw account. And fourth one, which is, I feel, is one of the most, valid reasons here to see, is If you are having an assistant or a bookkeeper or an accountant, somebody in-house, somebody outside your office or firm, they don't have to literally depend on you to send your bank statements or to also, get the, wait for the online transactions to be sent to them. So, for example, we also have our bookkeeping team. So our bookkeepers don't literally wait for you to give them your bank statement every beginning of the month, because once your bank is connected with uLaw, they can fetch the bank statements from the program. So it harmonizes the workflow. It is so simple and easy that they just go and pick the bank statement, and if they see any transaction is missing, they can just click on Bank Connect and add all the transactions that is missing, at least at their discretion that they can do. They would be able to import the transactions and expenses. So there are a few, plus, and there is a couple of things. There's just one, I would say, as a cons to doing this Bank Connect is you will have to remove your two-factor authentication at your bank level to do this, because if you're having your OTP, we will at uLaw not be able to pull in your bank statement each time. We will have to bother you for an OTP, which is technically not possible. So in order to be successful with Bank Connect, you have to get rid of OTP. There are several other things. There are other things such as, you can have question and answers. You can have security through Q&A, but this is definitely not going to be recommended to have the OTP. Yeah. So if you're someone who is using OTP, I'm sorry, this last 3 minutes of talking is not for you until you decide to get rid of that OTP and make the best use of uLaw Bank Connect feature. So try it out. I mean, if you don't like it, you can always put things back in place and, just say, okay, you know what, I tried Bank Connect. It's something that's not, my cup of tea. I'm just okay to continue using things manually. I will just enter expenses manually, or I will import the bank statement, for which I will still log into my bank online separately, get the bank statements in CSV, import it into uLaw. There's still work around it, guys. It's not end of the world if you cannot connect your bank. But for those of you who are willing to let go of your two-factor authentication at your bank end, this is definitely for you. Give it a shot. Stephanie and Amulya are here. They can take your names. If you are someone who has tried connecting bank and you find it not successful, or you want to talk about it or something, just come on chat and put in your name, and we'll be happy to assist you. Okay, so let me quickly walk you through the Bank Connect feature in uLaw. What does it do? So first of all, for this, you don't have to go into settings. You have to go into accounts straight away, and you have to go into action, and there's something called administrator at the bottom. Now, most of us are familiar with this particular administrator tab, because this is where we enable admin mode to edit any mistakes that we've done or delete any transactions that we have done. So yeah, the same tab, go into accounts, go into administrator from action, click on Connect Bank. So Connect Bank will bring up this screen, which will typically be in none, and none. Okay, and then you are going to be submitting. I mean, let's say this is how it is when you start, and you're going to be able to connect with the bank by simply clicking on the bank icon. So right now I've connected with my bank, so I don't want to walk you through that process, but this process is very simple. When you click on accounts, action, administrator, connect with the bank, this screen comes up. You're going to simply click on the center icon for each line item and connect with your bank online by giving the username, password, and once you're logged in, you select the bank account as to which is your trust account, because it will all be under one login, which is your general account and which is your credit card account, like that. Okay, so once you do that, You can submit it, and once your bank is connected, how do you test it? You come into import bank statement, the same place where you all import the bank statement in CSV format to add the expenditures. Come in there, but instead of, going through what bank account, choosing the file, saying what bank you are going to do, none of this is required. Just come in here. If you want to see what is your transaction under general, just simply put it under general and say connect bank, and you see the transactions coming up here. If it is something that you've already recorded, it would say already recorded. If it's something that is not already recorded, it will say take action. Okay, very similar to your bank statement import. Now, if you want to see your general, you close and reopen, go to business credit card. Sorry, when I mean general, I mean business credit card. So we already saw general. Go to business credit card. You click on connect bank. See, I didn't even bother to choose which bank on the left-hand side. Again, it saves a lot of time. So the ones you are seeing here that is already imported, I have taken action. I have completed, whether it's an office expense or whether it's a client expense like a disbursement, drawings, whatever it is, I have taken necessary action here. But this one was, let's say it was a payment towards my credit card. So how do I do this? I click on take action. Mostly we all pay for credit cards from our general banks, right? So you can click on bank transfer and move the money from your general to your business credit card. Now, this is how you have to work on this particular Connect Bank feature, but trust me, it's definitely much simpler and easier than you having to open a new tab, log into your TD account or your CIBC, whatever it is, and go through the whole process. I don't have to say what you go through, but you all already know what it is. So try to, see what works best over there. Okay. All right. So the next one that I wanted to show all of you is speech to text. Now, this is a very brilliant feature as well that uLaw has introduced in the recent past. How the AI and machine learning algorithms in uLaw allows you to dictate all your dockets and convert it into text. Now, this is definitely mind-blowing. I got myself a lot of feedbacks from the ones I've been demoing or talking to at the support level. People just tell me, oh, Gayatri, this saves a lot of time. This saves me a lot of energy, sitting and typing long descriptions. I try and keep your descriptions short though, guys. A lot of you are doing long descriptions that my, the AI is not going to like too much, but try and keep it to certain, let's say 100 words or less than that. I've seen people typing 500 words in description, no idea what they want to convey to their clients, but please put them under notes and keep your description as short as possible. So it's nice on your invoice. It looks elegant, right? All right, so let me walk you through what the speech to text does, or speak to docket. Okay, so when you go into uLaw, when you're docketing, there is a simple record button you would see. Now let's take this particular one. Now over here, there is, when you click on the description, you will see there is record option. You can talk into the mic and tell what you are going to record under this particular tab, and it will get converted into text when you stop it and click on speech to text. And whatever I just spoke in the last 3 seconds, okay, so maybe I was too fast, so you will have to be very clear. Stop, pause, and talk into this mic. Okay, let's try this. Legal fees recorded for upcoming hearing, and calendar has been updated. So you can convert speech to text, and you have to bring your mic closer. So right now I brought that mic closer to my mouth and I was able to record whatever I just said, converted speech to text. So it's as easy and simple as possible. You just have to use it and it goes on your description. So speak to docket or speech to text is again a very wonderful feature that would save you all a lot of time. Try and figure this out at your end. Again, if you're finding something difficult. So that's one thing I've seen a lot of people commonly making mistake here is when they click on record, the record starts and stops every 12 seconds. So once the 12 seconds is done, you can keep seeing and automatically start a new one by, simply clicking on another record button and record another time. Okay. So either you can move speech to text, or you can click on record once again and start continuing it. Okay. So speech to text can be done for more than 12 seconds. It's only that every 12 seconds you have to click on record again. All right. Now that's probably the 7th feature, almost there. Please bear with me. The 8th one I wanted to talk to you all about is very simple, and I'm going to probably wind up here. So the 8th one is biometric to login. Right now, we want to make security even more, as a top priority. So you can log in normally with your username, password, your credentials. You have to first log in normally with your credentials. Then you use your Face ID, fingerprint next time to, log in with your facial recognition. Now, this is something you want to do if you are the only sole user of your uLaw program. Let's say if your uLaw program is being used by your assistant or your accountant once a while, this is not recommended for them, because this might be a hindrance at that time where you might have to log in yourself and get to them. Or if this is also on a contrary, if you really want to do just by yourself and you want your assistant or your accountant to reach out to you when they log in, so you can have facial recognition so that they would never be able to log in, and they can reach out to you when they want to log in, and you can obviously guide them with your own presence. And these logins are only for mobile app. No, please don't try it on the computer or your system. This is only purely for your mobile app for easy and quick recognition of the user who's logging in, and of course for more security purposes. So again, there's a tutorial for this. All these links we will try and post to you on the chat window. So please try and use these at your end, and let us know how you feel in terms of using uLaw new features. The ones at least we've discussed today are the recent features or the top features that people are saying it can be really helpful. It has been helpful to a lot of them, especially features like toolbox, features like daily digest, the bank connect. If you ask me, out of the 8, the top priority for you guys to go back and try will be bank connect. And if any of you are facing any hiccups trying to connect your bank, or failing with authorizations, or having any sort of trouble, one thing that I can straight away tell you, or which I already shared, is the one-time password. So if you know that you have two-factor authentication. When I mean one-time password, I mean the two-factor authentication. So when you know that you have a two-factor authentication at your bank level while you log in, no, this is definitely need to be rectified before you even reach out to our support. So try to look at these tutorials that you have here, and I'm sure it will be really helpful for you in the long run. And even small things like the speech to text is going to be really making a big difference to you and time-wise. Now, I have someone who has asked some questions here. Now, let me quickly go through and see. Number 1, CPD hours. No, sorry, this one was not entitled to CPD hours. If viewing CPD from last year, would you be able to claim CPD hours? Now, this is something that you have to be giving an attendance for. So I'm not sure how it will work if you're looking at recording and if you're not able to claim the attendance. So this is, I can check with my team and give you a call. And I thank you. You've shared your number as well. I can give you a call and clarify this later. But as of what I know, that I don't think you can claim for CPD for the previous year. But let me quickly check back with my team and get back. And can this be set up to notify the day before as well as of the morning of? Okay, this is, I think, with regards to daily digest. No, a daily digest comes in every morning, guys. So this is something you have to do. This is a email that you will be receiving 8 a.m. every morning. And no, this cannot be received the previous day. So the notification comes in the morning. So that's why it's every day. It's a daily email you will receive from uLaw with your calendar updates. Yeah, and this does not work. The next one is, what about Android app for Samsung Watch? Thank you. I can see you're an Android user. Currently, we only have Apple Watch. I can check with my developer if there's something coming up in future for Android users. We will keep that in mind and let you know if we have something or if we see something coming up for Android app Samsung Watch. The next question I can see here is, this does not work with two-factor identification. I think this is about Bank Connect. So if this is about Bank Connect, yes, if you have a two-factor authentication at your bank level, Bank Connect will not work. We will have to see what other way we could, recommend you to do that. Maybe, like I said, forget about the Bank Connect and import the bank statements using your CSV format. So that way, you still have to log into your bank online separately, but at least, you're good enough because you can download a CSV statement and use it. Now, the last question I can see here is, can speech to text capitalize all words? Oh, that's a good question. I don't think so, but let me see what I can see here. I can see there is no way you can capitalize it, but I can check. Once it's done, you can change the size and then you can change the font. And you can also change the background, and but I don't see there is there is something to do with capitalizing it. That's a very good one. I've never seen anyone asking this particular question, Roger, but I have your question here. I have your number. I've noted down what you need. I can definitely check for both your question on CPD hours and also on this particular capitalize while you're, converting speech to text. I think most of it is covered with that question. Oh, I have more questions. Let me see if I can answer a few more. If you all have time, you can stay back. Do you have CPD for Law Society of BC? Yeah, we do cover CPDs for across, if I'm not wrong, Alberta, New Brunswick, British Columbia, and Ontario. So if you're looking for any specific topic, you can email us on support@uLawPractice.com and we can let you know when the next CPD is. And how do you delete the double entry data? You have to, again, be more specific on double entry data. Again, you have to become an admin from accounts and you can click on the dollar symbol to delete it, but I really need to know what kind of transaction this is. So it would be best if we discuss off the line so that I can guide you properly. Maybe if you give us viewer number 44, if you give Stephanie your name and your phone number or your email. Oh, I actually got it. Thank you, John. I got it in your next message. We will send you instructions or I'll reach out to you and help you with that. Okay, so you need help with deleting double transaction, and I will definitely get back to that on you. The next one I can see is, How do you ask questions here? Viewer number 36. All those were private messages. Thank you so much for covering it, Stephanie. You can ask here. Okay, viewer number 36, how do you add an entry into trust account, which is your own money, lawyer's own money? Don't go into trust account unless you are setting off some bank error. Again, this is something I can talk to you and find out the situation and help you. If you are number 36, you can give us your full name. I can definitely reach out to you and help you with that. Okay, now it's almost time. What I will do is I can stop the recording here so that it's going to be kept small unless you all have some questions that would help all of us to understand from today's topic. Any other questions, guys? You are number 10. What about syncing to OneNote? No, we only have these that we discussed so far. There's nothing that gets sent to. Are you talking about OneDrive or OneNote? I'm not too sure if I'm addressing it right, but if this is something about OneDrive, we have OneNote. I don't think we have OneNote yet. No, I don't think we have that. And if there's something coming up, I definitely keep you posted. All right. Thank you. So viewer number 36, thank you so much for sharing your details. I will definitely get back to you on email shortly. Okay. Thank you, everyone, for joining in today. My team has shared more. No personal money should be entered into trust, only bank errors. Thank you. I think, Rogers, your question has been answered already, that BC Law Society allows you to claim for credits, but you have to check for the attendance and do all of those. All right, so a little bit of useful information, or a little bit more useful information. Stephanie has posted a few links for refer a friend, for LawPay, payment integration, their offers. Then you also have YouTube channel links here. We also have the Chrome extension link here that we discussed about in one of the slides. I request you all to see, Stephanie has posted a lot of links, referral videos, or videos for your reference with all the 8 features that we discussed today: Chrome extension, daily digest, calendar, which is also there for synchronization with Google, Apple Watch, client portal, syncing with uLaw, and Bank Connect. And last but not the least, you also have speech to text and biometric login. So these are a few things that we discussed today. I hope I made up for non-CPD. I'm extremely sorry on behalf of my team. We really didn't mean to do this, but it was some sort of miscommunication that happened in case it did. Apologize once again for that sincerely. And if you all are using our webinar portal, please do go ahead and check out when it is our next CPD. So if you see, last week was a CPD here, January the 13th, on Law Society Bookkeeping Compliance. This week was agenda on 8 things to learn about new law. It nowhere says CPD here very clearly. So even if you're a doubt, I don't think website would be wrong. Sometimes, when we send email, tends to be that we had forgotten to take CPD from the previous week's CPD, but apologize, we will make sure it doesn't happen again. But even if you're in doubt, please visit our website, info.uLawPractice.com/webinar, and you'll see the next CPD, or if whether today is a CPD or not. So the next CPD is next week, Jan the 27th, on Law Office Client Management. So over there, we're going to be talking a little bit more in detail about client intake and all the forms, conflict checks, compliances, and all the Law Society requirements. I think it will be much more useful. If you need any other questions, or if you have any other questions, I request you all to reach out to us on support@uLawPractice.com. Thank you all for joining in once again, and have a wonderful evening and a lovely weekend. Hoping to catch up with all of you in the next Friday webinar for CPD credits on Law Office Client Management. Thank you so much. Take care.